Good morning. Welcome to Column Hinge at Alpha Ωmega Mystery School. We're located halfway between Death Valley and Las Vegas. There it is! Halfway between Joshua Tree and Area 51 in the Mojave Desert of the Southwest United States.
Good morning, Leslie.
Good morning, David.
Wow, is that sunrise coming earlier and earlier? It's before 6 in the morning now.
It's beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous? Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, June 7th, 2020. We have an amazing sunrise, and the ritual you're about to experience is unique in the world. Written and performed from the first-person perspective of Jesus of Nazareth, this rite comes from the Bruce Codex, an ancient Christian manuscript rediscovered beneath the sands of Egypt that contains, in my opinion, the two most important of the lost books of the Bible, the first and second books of Yahweh. These books purport to contain the secret teachings of Jesus to his disciples. I'm Reverend Bishop David Griffin.
I'm Reverend High Priestess Leslie McQuade.
And this is the Lost Magic of Jesus Revival. We're going to wait just a moment and watch the rest of sunrise together. For those who might be here the first time. A little colder out here this morning, Leslie.
It is. The wind blew in some cold weather. It's going to be hot today, though.
By the way, you'll want to stick around to the end of the day, to the end of the ritual today. There's something really sitting in my craw. And you're going to want to hear about this.
The sun is the dispenser of light to the earth. May the living light of the God Force inflame our souls with abundant life.
Our destiny lies amongst the stars, and to the stars humanity shall ascend in bodies of living light.
Take a nice deep breath and feel into your body. Breathe deeply. Put your feet about shoulder width apart if you're standing. Throw your shoulders back. Open your mouth. Breathe through your mouth and your nose at the same time and really pull as much air as you can into your lungs all at once. Feel the cascade of sensation that is awakened from your deepening breaths, moving even your hips and your knees as you breathe deeply. And as you are breathing deeply and feeling deeply into each and every part of yourself, visualize yourself as the tree of life. However it is you imagine that tree to be. And grow your branches up high into Alpha Sky. Drive your roots down deep into Omega Earth. I call on you in the east. Alpha. I call on you in the west. Omega. I call on you in the north. Alpha. I call on you. In the south, Omega.
Alpha.
Et Omega.
The beginning.
And the end.
The path of the age between. Sunrise.
And sunset.
The path of the sun between. Birth.
And death.
The path of life between. Once again, we gather here in this sacred place at Columnhenge, this church not made with hands, and reaching out with the energy of our energetic bodies. We reconnect with the invisible life force, that field of invisible energy all around us, and reconnecting with this divine life energy that feeds our energetic body. We flood our souls with it and replenished again with this vital life energy. We call upon the angels in the invisible, angels of the seventh treasury of light. Io I Ae. Io I Ae. Oe Ai. Oe Ai. Eio Ae Ae. Eio Ae Ae. Let the watchers withdraw. As we enter into the places. And there are 12 heads in his treasury. And these are the names that are in the places. When they sing praises to my Father, and he gives light power to them. O mighty angel, head in the place of the east, we invoke you. We call upon you by your secret name left to us by the Master Jesus. Io Nazeo. Io Nazeo. O Nazoei. O Nazoei. Ea ze o zeia. Eo ze o zeia. To na ma o. To na ma o. Ibgeisa aeya. Ibgeisa aeya. Bao chazayo. Bao chazayo. Io ia. No, wait, hold on, that's wrong. O zaioa. O zaioa. Ethoe Ozaioi. Ethoe Ozaioi. Zanazachoza. Zanazachoza. Fuxaia. Fuxaia. Ia e izoa e. Ia e ozoa e. Ao izea ai. Ao izea ai. And so we completed our journey through the places, invoking each mighty angel in its proper place and proper rank, using its secret name left to us by the living Jesus prior to his ascension, until at length we came into the place of the middle, the place of the midst, the place of the center of the treasure of life, the place of the Father. O Father, by your cipher and by your name, we invoke you. Zizao. Zizao. Let the divine light descend. It is the intention of this ritual and our fervent prayer, as it is every single day, to establish human freedom worldwide.
Human freedom worldwide!
Set our people free.
Set all people free!
Restore the purity of our air.
Restore the purity of our air.
Of our water.
Restore the purity of our water.
Of our food.
Restore the purity of our food.
And our medicines.
Restore the purity of our medicines.
May all those who search for the abundant life promised by the living Jesus come to discover the living God force energy all around us, and how to flood our energetic bodies, our true souls, with this life force. That is abundant life. And then in that hour when death comes calling, may we shed this earth suit, this physical body, like a serpent sheds its skin. And in our bodies of light, our resurrecting bodies, may we rise triumphant into the kingdom of the Father. All these things we ask in the name of the living Jesus. Amen.
Amen. So mote it be. Take a moment now to again feel into your body. This ancient magical rite we are doing together helps you come into deeper contact with God Force energy. As you deepen your contact with this energy, you find it easier to be the person you want to be. We all have ideals that we set for ourselves. And when we reach these goals, we are proud of ourselves and we are happy. And when we don't reach these goals, we experience discomfort and sadness. You can remove this by adding God Force into your life. Because God Force is that added ingredient that you've been missing. You see, as we go through our day working hard to be the best people we can possibly be each and every day, there are times when you become tired, when your will weakens. You see, your will is like a muscle. And the more you exercise your willpower, the ability to tell yourself no or go, depending on what needs to be done. That capacity, this can be strengthened by God Force to the point where you can be capable of having yourself do whatever you need to do whenever you need to do it. Wouldn't that be wonderful? When it's time to do something, rather than having to dread it, you can just reach into the activity and complete it without any problems, without any tiredness, without any frustration, because you have God Force helping you. God Force is there to help you when there is nothing else to help you. Because in fact, you are never alone. Please remember, you are never, ever, ever alone. Every human being is an energetic creature, and we are all connected by the energy of the God Force. And you, who think you are alone right now in this moment, I tell you, I am standing beside you. I am standing beside you in the God Force, as are all the rest of our congregation. Right now, in this moment, we are all standing shoulder to shoulder, gazing with one perspective out onto the sunrise, breathing in God Force and striving for our true potential. You can reach your true potential. All you need to, when you feel your willpower weakening, is reach into the God Force and take a deep breath of pure strength. And then you will see it through.
Hey folks, if you'd like to know more about this ritual, be sure to download our free ebook, Was Jesus Secretly a Magician? You can get that at alphaomega.church. At the beginning, I promised you I was going to talk about something today, and there's something really that's on my mind. You know, I get angry once in a while, and I just read something that made me angry before we came out here in the paper. And look, we have a problem in America. And the problem is not that the orange man is bad, despite what the newspapers and the television and everybody else in the media would like to tell you. The problem that we have here in America is that decades ago, our government was captured by criminals. The blackmail started already with J. Edgar Hoover, blackmailing politicians in Washington. Well, that's grown today up to Jeffrey Epstein's operation. Jeffrey Epstein ran an operation, or rather he was one point of an operation, set up to blackmail government and business leaders, especially in the scientific community, and that's where Bill Gates comes in. That's right. Bill Gates is up to his ears in the Jeffrey Epstein operation. He's the director of science of the New World Order. That's why all those blackmailed scientists is why they were able to pull this pandemic hoax on us, because they have scientists they control going along with it. This cabal within the government, this horrible mafia, has nearly destroyed our country. They've sold us out to China, shipped our jobs overseas, and perhaps most importantly, it is the CIA itself for this mob that has been running most of the drug operations into America. That's right, folks. Most of the illegal drugs in the United States have been imported by a rogue branch of the CIA. They're running drug operations all over this country. And that's why so many of the deep staters want open borders for the free and unhindered flow of narcotics into this country in the CIA's drug operation. That's sad, but it's true. And guess what? Right now, the border is closed because of COVID-19. It's still closed. And for the first time, the flow of drugs into illegal drugs into the U.S. has been stopped cold. That's the real reason they're freaking out. This is the real reason you have the generals over the last week complaining about Trump. This is why this morning you have George W. Bush, the cadaver, coming out together with Mitt Romney, the loser, attacking Trump. One other problem, and this is perhaps an even bigger problem, that is, very quietly during the Obama administration, they snuck in there legalizing domestic propaganda in the USA. Folks, the CIA has never been able to do propaganda in the USA, and there's a good reason for it. And we see that reason now. Ever since Trump got elected, he's not part of the mob. That's the real problem. The real problem is they don't control him. He's not part of their mafia. And ever since Trump got elected, the rogue CIA has been using what is called agitprop, agitation and propaganda, as a means to destabilize the American government. Folks, what the CIA has done in so many countries overthrowing governments, you and I are witnessing firsthand over the past 3 years that the rogue CIA has been attempting to overthrow the Trump administration. Folks, agitprop is very serious business. Agitation and propaganda. This whole Russia hoax is because of Operation Mockingbird, the Mockingbird-controlled media, and agitation propaganda to take down the Trump regime. After the Russia hoax, we had the Jussie Smollett hoax, which got caught. Next, we had the Ukraine Gate hoax and the impeachment hoax. All of these things have failed. Then the virus was real, but the pandemic fear was a complete hoax. They totally exaggerated the numbers to get us into lockdown. This one, President Trump fell for. He didn't have much of a choice. They would have gone after him and nailed every death that happened on him. They would have tried to blame everything on him, exactly the way the media is doing right now. Go take a look at it this morning. You will find articles talking about the abysmal way that Trump took care of the COVID-19 crisis and how he is inflaming the country right now over the demonstrations because he's against lawful demonstration. Folks, that's bullshit. That's false media narrative. Over the past week, President Trump has said many, many times that he supports the peaceful protesters and he supports their cause. He even made a film about it and released it on Twitter, and Twitter banned it. Why did Twitter ban Trump's message of unity? Because they want to portray him as a divider. Folks, the true force of division in this country is coming not from Donald Trump. It's coming from the American-controlled media, which is still controlled by that mafia I've been telling you about. Are you beginning to see the dire straits that we're in? The mob will do anything to get back in power, and that means to get Donald Trump back in power, back out of power. Brace yourselves. This is an election unlike any other. We've already been hit by the deep state in cahoots with China with a biological weapon and a psychological warfare tactic to destroy our economy. They're trying to destroy our economy now with the riots even further. This has to stop, folks. It has to stop. But expect the worst, because they're not going to stop. They're going to keep doubling down from now all the way to November. I don't know what they're going to hit us with next. Dr. Stephen Greer claims that in the secret Magick special access group, that they've already developed anti-gravity propulsion and that the rogue CIA branch of the United States government already has our own vehicles that operate very much like UFOs. Stephen Greer suggests that the next hoax is going to be a hoax UFO invasion. Sounds kind of far-fetched to me, but this year in 2020, nothing would surprise me. The most important thing to learn from this is that Orange Man Bad is BS. Donald Trump is the real deal. If Donald Trump weren't the real deal, why then is everybody from Barack Obama to George W. Bush, everyone from Barack Obama, who ran the guns into Mexico with Fast and Furious, to the war criminal George Bush, who started war after war? It doesn't matter, folks. There is no real division between Democratic Party and Republican Party when it comes to this mob. It's one mafia, and unfortunately, they've been controlling things in this country for a very long time. And now we have a chance to get rid of them. If we don't get rid of them now, then we deserve what we're going to get. If you don't see now how corrupt the American media is, how many lying narratives they spin, how much they lie to us, if you can't see it now, you never will, and you are blind. But us folks, Leslie and I, we are not the blind leading the blind. We are eyes wide open. And we urge you to keep your eyes wide open for the rest of this year and not to fall for any of the hoaxes that will surely come. May God bless you. Have a great day. And remember, have faith and expect a miracle.
And until we have the pleasure of each other's company again, may the God force run strong within you. And, as always, may your magics work better than expected.